Winx Club Season 2 may just be the best season. Why does it work? Winx is an Italian magical girl show that came out in 2004 and was greatly successful. I've talked about Season 1 in a previous video. Welcome back to the channel. Feel free to check it out if you haven't. While Season 1 centers on Bloom's hero's journey, introducing the cast and setting in the process, Season 2 elaborates on the other figures of the club and on Planet Magix and the supporting cast, creating some of the best character development and world building in the series. Season 2 doesn't aim to go wider, it aims to go deeper. Now that the audience is familiar with the world, they can flesh it out. The new threat, Lord Darkar. Season 2's villain is Lord Darkar, aided by the Tricks. He's a creature made of pure darkness, the Shadow Phoenix. His objective is to collect the 4 pieces of the Codex to obtain a really strong power. While one could argue he's a pretty generic force of evil looking for the ultimate power, he really is not the focus of the season. He's more distant as a threat, letting the Winx Club have more slice of life and character development moments, similarly to the first half of Season 1. Lord Darkar's plot serves to stir the pot and challenge our fairies, introducing them to new characters, challenges, and powers, and it does so very well. New characters. The main new characters introduced in the season, besides the villain Lord Darkar, are Aisha, the new member of the Winx Club, the Pixies, Helia, and Professor Avalon. Aisha is the Fairy of Fluids, mainly controlling Morphix, a Green Lantern-like goo that she can morph to her will. She's the princess of planet Andros and an old friend of the Pixies. The Pixies are creatures resembling babies with wings and a sense of fashion, that have historically worked together with fairies. Magical bonding is a common phenomenon when a specific pixie bonds with a fairy. Helia is a new addition to the specialists and love interest for Flora, and Professor Avalon was hired to teach a class at Alfea. He was actually kidnapped by Lord Darkar before the events of the season, so the Avalon we see for most of it is a clone who serves the villain. Before the events of Season 2, Lord Darkar kidnapped the Pixies to find their village, which holds a piece of the Codex. Through his plans, Aisha gets to Alfea to ask for help to save the Pixies, meeting the group. All the new characters introduced serve a purpose specifically in the character development of the main 5 girls of the Winx Club, which now all get a character arc. Aisha joining this season also gets her own arc and becomes a full-fledged member inseparable from the original crew, to the point that in the reboot she was introduced in episode 1, but we don't talk about the reboot yet. Character development and Charmix. As I mentioned in the Season 1 video, all the girls have had time to get properly introduced, but we're not given a proper full season arc. This changes in Season 2. Charmix is a temporary power-up to the girls' base transformation, and in order to unlock it, they each have to get over a character flaw. This helps us pin out their arc. Flora gets a crush on the new specialist, Helia. Initially, she's very shy and doesn't know how to approach him. She even asks Aisha to spy on him and see if he might reciprocate. Through the help of Chara and Headmistress Faragonda's advice, she gets the courage to tell him her feelings, unlocking her power-up. They even kiss in the finale. Tecna goes through drama with her love interest, Timmy, not even speaking to him at some point after he let the Tricks get away with a piece of the Codex. Her opening up to him and communicating her feelings grants her Charmix. Aisha and Stella's arcs go hand in hand, as Aisha is very insecure in her friendship, since she joined the group late and grew up without many friends. Stella, on the other hand, often ends up poking Aisha's wound by speaking before she thinks and generally being insensitive, without actually meaning any harm. Stella is the first one to earn her Charmix, learning to sympathize with Aisha, and even giving up an activity she loved and organized in order to help her friend. Aisha earns her Charmix later by getting over fear? We'll talk about this. Musa also has issues trusting Riven after he helped the Tricks in Season 1. It's by trusting him that she earns her Charmix. One common complaint I hear in the fandom is that Charmix felt rushed, And I can totally see why. All the girls earn their Charmix power-ups at the end of the season, between episodes 21 and 23. While Charmix is supposed to reward a season-long arc, so it makes sort of sense that they all earn it towards the end of the season before the finale, some of these arcs weren't actually properly introduced or built up to. Aisha and Muse in particular have opposite problems. Aisha's loneliness is very well explored throughout the show, but the moment she actually got her Charmix power is underwhelming and does feel like an afterthought. Aisha's stuck in a cave crying because she's lonely and she can't use her powers to get out, and her Charmix just appears. She doesn't actually earn it, and it's a little convenient that Aisha unlocked it there. Muse's mistrust for Riven, while justified, is not set up very well. They have ups and downs throughout the season, but his relationship with Darcy and his betrayal are rarely acknowledged earlier in the season. It feels like it should have been more explicit earlier on if they wanted it to be a more satisfying achievement. Musa even praises Riven and defends him in Season 2, Episode 15, when her father criticizes him. It doesn't help that half of the girls, Tecna, Musa, and Flora, all get their Charmix because of their relationships. It works well enough for Flora and Tecna, but Musa actually had more happen during the season. Bringing up Episode 15 again, titled The Show Must Go On, that episode mostly revolves around her, showing her conflict with her father, her first concert, and her dreams to become a singer, which feels more powerful than any of the drama with Riven, especially in this season. While Charmix is hit or miss, the girls do all get meaningful moments of character development, even outside of it. I've mentioned Muse's episode, but Stella also gets episodes that show her relationship with Brandon and how deep their love truly is. And most of the girls, especially Stella, Flora, and Musa, get extensive screen time to spend with the new member Aisha, excellently showcasing her dynamics with each member of the group and making their friendship feel real. Finally, the Pixies also join the team and aid their bonded fairies' development. Each Pixie seems designed to contrast and complement the Winx Club girls based on their needs. Chara is extremely extroverted, helping Flora open up. Amore is the Pixie of love, supporting and illustrating the depth of Stella and Brendan's relationship. Toon is the Pixie of manners, acting like a mother figure to Musa, whose mom passed. Digit understands technology, hence Tecna's language, allowing her to open up to someone that gets her lingo. Piff is the Pixie of sleep, who helps Aisha sleep well since she suffers from nightmares. And Loquette is the Pixie of doorways, directions. She basically can help find things, and Bloom wants to find her family. Talking of Bloom. Bloom's search for her parents starts in this season, but it doesn't go very far, and that's okay. It's more of a plot device for Bloom to fall into Avalon's trap. The actual spotlight is on the girl's character arc, and it's great to see focus in this season. She finds out more about the Dragon Flame though, including healing powers. Bloom is the only one with a full arc in Season 1. This season therefore elaborates on her feelings post-Season 1, after Bloom temporarily loses her powers, leading to the Tricks almost taking over the entire magical dimension. We see Bloom feeling almost paranoid that she needs to grow stronger and tame the Dragon Flame. It's quite interesting to see, as it gives consequences to the events of Season 1. After isolating herself and arguing with her friends, she eventually learns to work in a team, earning her Charmix. But it's too late. The arc is quite satisfying on its own, but what makes it even better is Professor Avalon's role, or rather his clones. Professor Avalon essentially grooms Bloom, isolating her from her friends and from Sky, telling her that he will help her get stronger and find her family. Through their one-on-one sessions, he gives her a virus that turns her into Dark Bloom. Not only does she fight her friends and give the Codex to Darkar in this form, she's later kidnapped and turned dark again to perform the final spell that will grant Darkar the ultimate power. This plot is written excellently, the pacing is great, and the show gives us enough hints to suspect Professor Avalon, while also not making it obvious that he's evil until the end. When Bloom is kidnapped at the end of the season, the Winx and the Specialist need to save her, which leads us to the finale. The girls have all had their arcs, earned their Charmix, and solve their love issues. The finale acts as a sort of victory lap for them all to show how far they've come. They go back to Lord Darkar's lair, where Aisha, Stella, and Bloom were defeated at the start of the season, and actually managed to fight and get to the heart of the fortress, face to face with the enemy, without Bloom. Bloom's absence leaves the spotlight to the other girls, who all get a moment to shine and show off their new Charmix powers. At the very end, Bloom ends up healing herself with the help of Sky's loving words, and they all perform a convergence group spell together. Planet Magix. With Lord Darkar having to get the pieces of the Codex, throughout the season we see more of Planet Magix, which in season 1 was just the schools, the city, and Lake Rocaluce. We do see all those places again in season 2. Red Fountain gets a total makeover, the girls even spend a couple of episodes as transfer students at Cloud Tower, the school for witches. We also see new places like Pixie Village, Downland, a kingdom underground, and the Wildlands, a great vacation spot with restricted access to magic. These additional places make Magix Planet feel bigger and like there is more to it than just 3 magic schools. In conclusion, Season 2 of Winx Club elaborates on the elements introduced in Season 1, developing the now 6 members of the Winx Club and showcasing their growth. I can already hear the Season 3 Enchantix lovers coming from my initial statement. Both seasons are great, they are very different. Winx Club Season 2 is a clear example of deeper, not wider. If you want to hear my thoughts on Season 3, please like and subscribe. Bye bye.